welcome to End Business. This is Ayushi Farasi and I'm here again with another episode. In this episode, we have someone from Progress, an organization which provides the best products to develop, deploy and manage high-impact business applications. To talk more about Progress, we have Mr. Prashanth, who is the head of products, chef business at Progress. So without any further delay, let's welcome him in this episode. A warm welcome, Mr. Prashanth.
Thanks, Ayushi, for having me here.
So beginning with, we would like to know about Progress, the journey, and how far the journey has been.
First of all, let me do a brief introduction about myself and then I'll get into about Progress. I'm Prashanth Nanjundappa. I am VP of Product Management. And Progress has a host of softwares and products under which I am managing one of the product line called Chef, which is in the area of DevSec Ops. And like you said about Progress, Progress is an organization which provides best products to develop, manage, and deploy high-impact applications. And over 100,000 enterprises run mission-critical applications on Progress platform. And not just that, Progress has been around for 41 years. And in that, we have been publicly traded for more than 30 years. There are very few companies worldwide, especially in the tech industries, who have survived the challenge of time and not just survived, but thrived, developed not just in, innovated, not just in business model, but also technology, and ensuring the customers are successful through our journey.
So, Mr. Prashanth, now that we came to know about the journey of Progress, here I also want you to explain us how Progress works, your applications and the products, so that there is a better understanding for the audience who are looking this episode.
Sure. So, as I said, we are a 40-year-old company with a large product portfolio. But one common thread across all of them is all of these products cater towards developers' need. So, internally, we classify our businesses in three broad business units. One is called Application Development Platform, and where we provide applications or platforms like database. OpenEdge is where Progress started its journey. It is the backbone of large enterprises building ERPs on top of it. And alongside that, we also have products like Data Connect and DCI, which are platforms for exchanging data, where the volume of data is very high. And also, when such data volume is high, we also have a product called Corticon, which is used by companies like MasterCard and other credit card companies who want to do real-time fraud detection. So they build rule engine with which they can identify frauds and detect them in real time. And moving to another suite of products, which is focused towards web application development. And there we have tools like Sitefinity. Sitefinity is a tool which is used, it's a content management tool on which you build your websites. One of the name that might be popular and known to most of us is World Health Organization. World Health Organization is run on Sitefinity platform. And there are many other products alongside that, which are Kendo UI and a few others, which are used by web application developers to build web applications, debug, and also deploy. And the last set of portfolio, or third set of portfolio, is infrastructure management, under which we position ourselves in DevSec Ops ecosystem. And here products like Chef, which is used for securely managing infrastructure, comes in, and also WhatsApp Code, Loadmaster, and Flowmon. These are used to not just get visibility of your network traffic, but to identify any risks and protect them, and also manage the traffic that comes to your data center or the network traffic that comes to your network.
You used the term DevSec Ops. So can you just give us an insight about it? Because recently you have conducted a survey. So can you just explain us, how did the survey all go, and a fully insight about this DevSec Ops?
Sure. Before I talk about the survey, maybe I'll take a minute to talk about what DevSec Ops is.
Yeah, sure.
In a software development lifecycle, there are different teams that gets involved. Developers are the set of individuals or the teams which develop the product, and operations are the set of teams who ensure the application or platforms that are built are deployed and maintained wherever they are deployed. And there was a friction between dev and ops, and DevOps set of practices came in, which brought them together. Instead of working as two separate teams, DevOps practices brought them together so that they can work in a harmonized manner. While this got matured, there was another facet that the teams were not able to cope up with. That was security. For anyone to launch an application or take their idea into market in a fast way, it's not just important to build it, but it is also important to build it in a secure manner. If security is an afterthought, you get exploited. If it is not considered, security team becomes a blocker. And this has happened. There is recognition of security is important, and also realization of without security, the development is slowed down. That's where DevSec Ops comes in. It brings developers, ops, operations, and security sec, all of them together. And these are set of practices that has evolved for us to ensure we have a faster life cycle of application development.
I want to understand that. Do you have any other competitors as well, or only you are there in this mainstream?
So this is an ecosystem. DevSec Ops is an ecosystem. And large organizations, not just large organizations, any organization which wants to accelerate their application development without compromising security, they adopt that. So there are multiple, it's an ecosystem, like I said, there are a host of companies who are enabling the adoption of DevSec Ops. The survey that we did, in fact, was to understand what is the understanding of companies, organizations about DevSec Ops. Do they understand? And if so, what is the importance that they are giving for DevSec Ops? And thirdly, if they understand and if they feel they are important, what is their maturity level in the DevSec Ops adoption? So these were the kind of three questions that we wanted to understand. And we ran a survey for more than 3 months. And we got results, very representative results globally. And there are some very, very surprising insights that we got from that. First, I think it was very clear that the awareness of DevSec Ops is much higher than what everyone perceives.
Right.
So among our respondents, more than 70% said they are aware of DevSec Ops, and they are aware what the value it brings. And then what was further interesting was, while they think that is important, more than 70% said that they are running very slow as compared to where they wanted to be. And then we asked, there were a few other questions where we probed and asked, why did you adopt DevSec Ops? And to that, a very clear answer came, like about 65 to 73% of them responded saying that security is important, and that is the main driver for us to go towards DevSec Ops. So there were many other insights like this, and this has helped us not just identify the investment that we need to make, but also understand the ecosystem and contribute in a cooperative manner with other players in the system.
So how does Progress, stands tall amongst all these other companies or other organizations that are there in this tech industry?
So Progress has a suite of products which fall under the DevSec Ops umbrella. One of them is the product that I am responsible for managing, which is Chef. And there are a few others like WhatsApp Gold, FlowOn as well. So the way we bring, the uniqueness that we bring is as a code approach. So like I said, developers, security, operations, they speak different languages, not Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, but security have their own policies. They write their thing in PDF, whereas developers write software code, and operations have their own scripts. And this is not a very collaborative environment. So what we bring is a common language for all these teams to talk, and that is code. And once security expresses their policies as code, and similarly infrastructure or developers expresses their applications as code, and operations bring infrastructure as code, they are all software pieces of code which can then go through the software development lifecycle or SDLC. So that is the uniqueness that we bring in. We break the barrier by providing all of them common toolchain, common language through which they can collaborate. Over on top of it, we have built a framework around policy as code, which will help them incrementally deploy not just software but infrastructure as well as security policies as per organizational guidance.
So now that we got to know about Progress, how it stands tall amongst the other companies, also we would love to know here about the recent developments that have taken place in Progress or your future plans when it comes to Progress.
Progress has a strong presence globally. We are about 2,000 odd employees in 20 different countries. And in India, we have a long presence in India as well. Well, Progress started in Hyderabad. Now Progress has employees in 3 different locations: Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Delhi. As you know, these are some of the top IT hubs. And we recognize globally that India is not just a place for us to get people, but get quality engineers and get high quality software developers. And consequently, we are continuing to grow in India as Progress is growing globally. In recent macroeconomic environment where things are very conservative, we continue to grow. We have openings across all functions in India as well as some of the other countries where we have presence here. A couple of recent relevant changes in India or pertinent to India are we created a partnership, or we entered into a partnership with Microsoft Azure so that we can bring our DevSec Ops tool into Microsoft customer base, specifically who are India focused. So with this partnership, we will be able to jointly work with Microsoft to bring Chef and Progress product lines into Microsoft customers all across India. In addition to that, we have onboarded a lot of Indian customers into Progress ecosystem. One of them is a company or a company undertaking by Ministry of IT, to whom, along with the largest MSI of India, we are providing software which is helping them manage their private cloud.
Also, Mr. Prashanth, when we talk about India here, so what is the IT industry scenario in India? Because when we look at the IT industry, it's quite vast. So can you just explain us the challenges, the solutions to it?
Yeah, I think over the last 8 to 10 years, Indian IT industry has evolved phenomenally. I would say a lot of credit goes to Indian entrepreneurs who helped reposition Indian IT industry from being a IT services to product-driven companies. And that has 2 major impacts. One is it has attracted a lot of talent to stay in India. Right? Earlier, young graduates were thinking that I don't have anything attractive here, and they used to go out of India. So these opportunities made talent stay here. And second, it has also repositioned India and given a clear direction to global companies that it does not have to be services organization. It can be a product offsite as well. And that is one of the key strategic change that has happened in the last 10 years. And that has given advantage for companies like Progress, where we are hiring people across the board, not just for development, but sales, product management, tech support, and every facet of software development lifecycle. We can get high quality people in India. And I get that's in Hyderabad, Bangalore, you have large enterprise organizations who have end-to-end software development built out of it. I think that is the biggest and positive change I have seen.
So, Mr. Prashanth, you just mentioned that Progress have a very large presence in India. Is there any way that you're contributing back to the society?
That's a very important aspect of Progress. We don't just believe in running a business efficiently, but also contributing back to the community that we all belong to. While Progress had many such programs globally, over the past few years, we have been working closely with the organizations here to make such meaningful contributions. One of the things that we are very proud of is a scholarship program that we have launched in 2019 called Akanksha, which is focused towards women who is aspiring to fulfill their educational journey in computer science, IT, or engineering. And every year we have been identifying a candidate, and this year there was a candidate called Lata from Telangana who got that scholarship, and hopefully she'll be able to fulfill her dream of accomplishing a course in engineering.
Here I can truly say that, the organization's name Progress, it truly stands with it, because progress is impossible without a change. And this scholarship that, the Progress has introduced for all the women, I hope that they would find it useful and they could cherish all their dreams.
We too, and we would like to do more. As we grow, we are committed to doing more such contribution.
So thank you so much, Mr. Prashanth, for joining in this episode. It was lovely having this conversation and knowing all about Progress. I just hope that the audience find it all useful, and they would get to know more about Progress and how it actually works. So thank you so much for joining in this episode.
Thanks for having me. It's always good to talk to folks like you and also reach the audience that you have.
Yes, thank you so much. So, well, my dear viewers, today we were in conversation with Mr. Prashanth, who is the head of products, chef business at Progress. With this is Ayushi Farasi signing off. Stay tuned to In Business.